Alright, well hi, I'm Karen. In this video today, I want to be talking about a very sensitive, hairy subject. That was kind of corny, but I like it that way. This is the Wild Hair Vanish for women. I actually featured this on my channel in a few makeup tutorials. It's just kind of showing me using it up here and down here on this area. Now, I didn't initially buy it for this. I actually bought it. Never do this at home, okay? I actually bought it because I was too lazy to go to the regular store instead of the stuff I would normally buy at Dollar Tree. I grabbed a razor from there. Never again, ladies, do not purchase a 1-blade or 2-blade razor blade. That was my mistake, and I would never, I think I can confidently say after the pain, the terrible pain that I experienced that I've never ever experienced in my life before, I can seriously say, yeah, I will never ever do that again. I will be a hairy beast before I go and buy another 2, 1-blade, 3-blade razor blade. It needs to be 4 or more, or we're not talking. No, not happening. Anyway, my lazy behind, instead of, you know, waiting, because I guess I didn't want to be hairy under the arms, used it, and I was like, okay, it's not shaving the hair off. Kept going, still not shaving the hair off. I was like, you know what, forget it. Less than a week later, I started having hair bumps growing underneath my armpits. When I say that was one of the most painful experiences I have ever experienced in my life. It was painful, and it wasn't one of those hair bumps where, oh, I can see it poking through, or I can see a little pimple where I know the hair bump exists and I can go in there and, you know, pop it and squeeze and pluck the hair out. Now keep in mind, it's under my armpit. How am I gonna see it under my armpit? Come to find out, one of my friends said this was actually a cyst. She said she had a friend that actually had the same exact thing where it's hard lumps. It's not even hair bumps, it's lumps, hard lumps growing underneath your armpits. When I say I was in so much pain, I'm not over exaggerating. I looked up online how to remove underarm hair bumps, and the only thing I kept seeing coming up, well, they had YouTube videos on how to pluck the hair out, but I'm like, I don't see a bump, I don't see pus, I don't see anything like look like it's rupturing to the surface. I don't see none of that. But what I do see is a severe large lump that's getting larger and larger, more painful underneath my armpit. And a lot of the stuff that came up was laser removal. And then of course, all the YouTube videos was on how to pop it and remove it. But it didn't tell me anything. That's why I'm doing this video. I had to read articles on how, like, a few steps you could take before considering laser hair removal, and laser hair removal was not an option at that moment. I was in pain and I wanted relief right at the moment. What are these cream called anyway? There's a word for it. There's a word for this. It starts with D. I don't know what it's called, but it's a word for this type of cream. I ended up using this right here. It's a hair removing cream. Keep in mind, these don't work on me. When I say literally they don't work, they don't work. I don't know what it is. Maybe I have like extremely thick hair that's just resistant to this, but it just doesn't work. But for the purpose of removing that under my arm, I used it. I actually waited till this thing burned. You are not supposed to use this. I think you're only supposed to leave this for like, what, 10 minutes? You're supposed to use this for no more than 10 minutes. I used it on there until I thought I saw the hair breaking apart, because this doesn't work on me, like, period. Like, I can use this for 10 minutes and my hair still is gonna be there when I rinse it off, and I just got burned for nothing. But I used this 3 times. I used it once a week for 3 weeks, and everything else in between, because the first initial time, yes, I let it burn. The burn hurt less than the pain I was experiencing underneath my armpit. That should let you know. If you've ever gotten burned by one of these, that should let you know how painful it was. I waited. I could not apply anything on it that day. Definitely don't use no deodorant, no nothing. I didn't use anything, because anything I applied burned. I think I did oil, and that even burned. I was like, you know what? I'm not putting anything on there, just leave it alone. I was walking around like this at work. I didn't care, because that's how much pain I was in. I couldn't take another day to wait. I think it was like 2 days later, I started applying this. And then the next week I did this again, but I did this like you were supposed to. I didn't let it burn me like that. I only left it off a little bit. It still didn't remove the hair, but I noticed the bumps were going down. So I would do this once a week, and I only did it for 3-week period. So I used this 3 times. And then every day I used this. I did it and I kept feeling the bump just to see, and it went, literally it's gone. Not even literally, it is gone. It's gone. This did that. And I wanted to let somebody out there know who may have something worse than a hair bump under their armpit. You might actually have cysts, and you're going through all the laser hair removal and all of that stuff. This works. These two together, they work great. But this works because literally I felt the hair bump going down every single day. Like I could literally tell the difference in the reduction. Now on another note, using it here on my chin, this is what I noticed. It was crazy. The first 2 days after I started using this, it was all of a sudden like all the hair wanted to grow out. I was like, what's going on? Is it speeding up the hair growth? And I was kind of confused by that. It grew out, I plucked them. I use this consistently like the way I did under my armpit. I'll probably use it maybe 2, 3 times a week, and then I kind of like faded off. I was more concentrating on my armpit. And look, I barely used anything. Like look, I didn't even barely put a dent in it. That should let you know something. And I want to say, because usually the hairs actually pop up every time during my period. They just start growing out, yay. The next period I had, no hair. It didn't show up until another maybe 4 to 6 weeks later. So that should tell you how well this works. So clearly I need to keep using it so we can keep working on this chinny chin chin. And then the other side note of the hair underneath my armpit, it is still this short. I have not shaved. Oh, trust me, ain't nobody shaving. And this didn't remove any hair, okay? So this has literally kept my hair this short. Any hair also looks thinner. So just a little side note. And let me just read off what it says on here. So basically the idea is you're supposed to shave and wax less. I found this on Amazon. I'm gonna place the link down below. It works. Trust me, I went through the pain and suffering. I was like, I don't care. I'll order it, see what happens. Matter of fact, I need to do a review on Amazon to help somebody out because this thing is amazing. Period. Amazing. All right, that's it for this video. I hope it helps somebody out there who is suffering from whether it's ingrown hair or it's the cyst that's underneath your arm, because that's clearly what I had. I didn't have the ingrown hair where you could literally see it, you know, with the little tweezers, pluck on the skin and remove it. You could not see it. And trust me, I tried to pluck some hairs. Not a good idea. This works. Try it. You'll be saving your life. Trust me. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to click on the subscribe button down below so you can receive updates whenever I upload a new video to my channel. And of course, don't forget to comment down below if you've tried something else, maybe other than this, that has worked, or you have tried this and it worked. Definitely leave it down below. Help other people in the community because ingrown hairs are terrible. I didn't know they were like this. I don't suffer from ingrown hairs. That's the crazy part. So this right here, anyway, yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.